Salve Discipoli, and welcome to week 8 of our distance learning. If you've routed here, you are probably a member of 3rd grade Latin. So your assignment checklist this week is a little more condensed, okay? I just would like you to, as we go through the YouTube video today, you're going to complete your week 8 work packet, okay? And at the end of the packet, okay, it's not going to be a separate file or an online thing. You're actually going to just complete the week 8 quiz in this packet. All right, so we'll see that when we get to it. Okay, and as a friendly reminder, just please continue to log your vocabulary in your May flashcard calendar. Remember, you need 100 minutes this month. Okay, and this is going to be due on June 1st. All right? So let's get to the nuts and bolts of this week. So last week you took the Unit 3 test. Now remember, the Unit 3 test covered chapters 11 and 12. Okay? So the answers here are for the vocabulary, the Part A matching, and I will grade them soon. I'll get to it, okay? I'll take a look at everybody's individual test. But just so that we, gone over the material again, let's take a look. All right, number 1, antiquus, antiqua, antiquum. The answer is Q, old. Okay. Number 2, bonus, bona, bonum is F, meaning good. Cogito, cogitare, cogitavi, cogitatum is L, I think, to think, I thought, thought. Number 4, creo, creare, creavi, creatum is I, as in I create, to create, I created, created. Number 5, dubito, dubitare, dubitavi, dubitatum is J, I doubt, to doubt, I doubted, doubted. Number 6, dubius, dubia, dubium is D, doubtful. 7, exploro, explorare, exploravi, exploratum is K, I explore, to explore, I explored, explored. Number 8, falsus, falsa, falsum is E, false. Number 9, ignotus, ignota, ignotum is T, unknown. Number 10, iratus, irata, iratum is A, angry. Number 11, laetus, laeta, laetum is G, happy. Number 12, magnus, magna, magnum is N, large or great. 13, malus, mala, malum is B, bad. 14, miser, misera, miserum is O, miserable. 15, muto, mutare, mutavi, mutatum is H, I changed, to change, I changed, changed. 16, notus, nota, notum is M, known. 17, novus, nova, novum is P, new. 18, parvus, parva, parvum is R, small. Serenus, serena, serenum is C, calm, bright, and clear. All right, and number 20, verus, vera, verum is S, true. Okay, now I don't know if you guys saw me do that and go through each answer, but as we used one, I crossed it off. So that way we know which ones have been used. Okay, that's a good test taking skill. Okay, so anytime I give you a test like that, a matching, it's a good idea to cross off the ones you've used already to kind of help remind you which ones you've used already. All right, and if there are any you're not sure of, you can look at the ones that are left and try to figure it out, make an educated guess, as opposed to just guessing blindly. All right, so that is Part A, the vocabulary matching from our Unit 3 test. All right, now let's go through the grammar matching. Okay, so I did include the word bank, which you had the same one on your exam. Okay, and each word is going to be used once. So same thing here. When we use it, we cross it off. So let's get started. Number 1, A noun is a person, place, thing, or an idea. All right, so let's cross these off. Whoopsie daisy. Actually, let's not cross them off right now. Okay, number 2. A verb is an action word. Number 3. Adjectives describe or modify nouns. Number 4. The 3 questions and adjective answers are: what kind, which one, and how many. Number 5. Adjectives have to match the nouns they modify in gender, number, and case. You didn't have to write that, but I just did anyway. Okay, so that's the first 5. Let's go on. Number 6. While nouns have only one blank, adjectives have to be able to go together with any noun. Right? Nouns have only one gender. In a Latin dictionary, an adjective is listed in the following order. Magnus is masculine. Magna is feminine. And magnum is neuter. Number 8. If a noun and an adjective match in gender, number, and case, it is called agreement. All right, it means that the noun and the adjective agree with each other. Okay, they match. Number 9. There are 2 types of verbs: action verbs and linking verbs. Number 10. Action verbs tell what the subject is doing. While linking verbs tell what the subject is. All right, next. Number 12. Linking verbs can link predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives. The abbreviation for predicate nominative is PRN, and the abbreviation for predicate adjective is PRA. Number 15. Pattern A has a simple form. It's made with a verb and a subject noun. Pattern B is a pattern of being. 2 nouns surround a small LV. And finally, number 17, pattern C is similar to B. A noun needs an adjective. Don't you see? Okay, so those were the answers to the Unit 3 test. Also, I hope you guys read through directions, because there was a little, there were 2 questions that I did want you to answer. One of them was what your favorite food is and what your favorite movie is. Okay, so if you read the directions, you would have known to write them at the bottom of the test. Those are 2 bonus points. Okay, so guys, always read the directions. There might be something useful hidden inside. All right, so anyway, let's go through. All right, so now is the part of the show where you take out your Week 8 work packet and you fill out the packet along with me. So please go through now and take your speed test. Pause the video and fill in the endings below. When you've filled in all you can remember, press play and resume the video where we'll go over the endings and chants together. All right, so pause, ready, set, go. And welcome back. Okay, so you should have just filled in your speed test practice. All right, and let's go over them now. Okay, so here are our answers. Now, if at any time you need to pause the video, if you need more time on this screen, for example, pause the video now, check your answers, okay, fill in the ones you didn't have. All right, and then when you're ready, play the video again and we will sing the chants together. Okay, so let's sing our Latin chants. A, E, A, E, A, M. A, E, A, R, U, M. I, S, A, S, I, S, 2. Now the first declension's through. Now we're on to number 2. U, S, I, O, U, M, O, I, O, R, U, M, I, S, O, S, and I, S, 2. U, M, I, O, U, M, O, A, O, R, U, M, I, S, A, I, S. That's the neuter second declension. Wah, wah. All right, so those were our noun endings for the first declension and the second declension, masculine and neuter. Yes, I emphasize those two things because today we're going to be talking about declensions, okay? So just keep those in the front of your Latin thinking brains. But before we go into our new material, let's continue and finish our chants. So let's do our verb song real quick. The conjugating Latin verb song. All right. Conjugating Latin verbs as easy as can be. O-S-T, M-U-S-T-I-S-N-T. O-S-T, I-U, he, M-U-S. That means we. T-I-S is y'all and N-T they. Hooray! Conjugating Latin verbs as easy as can be. O-S-T, M-U-S-T-I-S-N-T. Okay, so that was our verb endings song. Our conjugating Latin verbs song, rather. Okay, and let's just do our sentence pattern chant. All right. Okay, you ready? Pattern A has a simple form. It's made with a verb and a subject noun. SNV, SNV. Pattern A has a simple form. Pattern B is a pattern of being. Two nouns surround a small LV. SNLV, PRN, SNLV, PRN. Pattern B is a pattern of being. Pattern C is similar to B. A noun needs an adjective, don't you see? SNLV, PRA. SNLV, PRA. Pattern C is similar to B. Nice. All right, so those were our chants that we know and reviewed. Okay, so let's go on now and introduce some new chapter 14 vocabulary. Okay, so guys, we are in chapter 14. That means we're starting unit 4. All right, we just took our unit 3 test. We're doing unit 4 now. Okay. Unit 4 does, in fact, include chapters, I think, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, so this is a 4-chapter unit. So we're going to keep going. All right. Now remember, with our new vocabulary, I do want you to color code it. Okay, so I've already separated it for you, but I'd like for you to do it as well. So all these guys here, they're going to be green because they're verbs. And all these guys here are going to be blue because they're masculine nouns. All right, and we're going to talk about them in just a little while. So please get your color coding stuff ready, and Magistra will do the same. Let's pick a nice green. All right, and this is also the part of the show where you have to pronounce the words out loud, because even though we're not in class together physically, I do still want you to practice speaking your Latin. Okay, I want you to say your Latin out loud. That's super, super important. I can't stress that enough. So, are you ready, kids? Here we go. Please repeat after me. Video, videre, vidi, visum. Again, video, videre, vidi, visum. Okay, and that means I see, to see, I saw, seen. All right, and again, at any time during this vocabulary portion you need more time to do something, you can always pause the video and take your time and then continue on. All right, the next verb we're going to learn, please repeat it after me. Teneo, tenere, tenui, tentum. Again, teneo, tenere, tenui, tentum. And that means, this is a pretty common one actually, this is an important one. I hold, to hold, I held, held. Okay? So those are the first two. The next verb we're going to learn, if you're ready, please repeat after me, is habeo, habere, habui, habitum. Again, habeo, habere, habui, habitum. And this is also an important verb in Latin, and it means I have, to have, I had, had. Okay? Now, those of you that actually speak Spanish might recognize this verb because let's look it up actually. Let's take a little looky here. Okay, so in Spanish, according to the Google, all right, you've got this word, tener, which means to have, keep, own. So we'll say to have or to keep. Okay. You also have haber, which means to have. Okay, and check that out. All right, tener is just like teneo, tenere, and haber is similar to habeo, habere. Okay, so they're related. All right, this right here, and if this is not correct, feel free to correct me because I do not profess to know Spanish at all. This, I believe, is Spanish. Okay, Spanish verbs. All right, and again, those of you who do speak Spanish, if you know something about it, you can always let me know. Let me just get rid of this so we know what we're working with here. All right, and let's delete those two things. Whoop. And we are back to Latin. Please repeat after me. Iubeo, iubere, iussi, iussum. Again, iubeo, iubere, iussi, iussum. Okay, and that means I order, to order, I ordered, ordered. All right. And our final verb for this week, if you are ready, please repeat it after me. Augeo augere, auxi auctum. One more time. Augeo augere, auxi auctum. Okay? And that means I increase, to increase. I increased, increased. All right, so that's it for our verbs for this week. And now we're going to move on to our nouns, which are going to kind of be the focal point or the focus for this week. So if you are ready, please pronounce them after me. Ager, agri, masculine. Again, ager, agri, masculine. All right, and ager, agri is field. Okay, next, please repeat. Poeta, poetai, masculine. Again, poeta, poetai, masculine. Okay, poeta, poetai means what you might think, means a poet. Okay, you didn't even know it. Haha, that rhymed. Okay, please repeat after me the third noun for this week. Agricola, agricolae, masculine. Again, agricola, agricolae, masculine. Good. All right, so, So agricola, agricolae actually means farmer. All right. Next, please repeat after me. Incola, incolae, masculine. Again, incola, incolae, masculine. All right, now incola, incolae is a settler. All right, and last but not least, whoopsie daisy, our final word for this week, please repeat it after me, is nauta, nautai, masculine. Again, nauta, nautai, masculine. Okay, and nauta, nautai means sailor. Okay, so this week we've got 5 verbs and 5 nouns. If you need any more time on the vocabulary screen, you can pause this video and make sure you color code your vocabulary and write down the correct definitions for each. All right, without further ado, when you're ready, we're going to move on to part D. Okay, we're going to learn some grammar now. All right, so those nouns that we just learned about, we're going to actually learn about them now. Like, we're going to talk about them. Okay. So, we're going to talk about first declension masculine exceptions today. In Latin, we have something called declension. You can think of declensions like a noun family. When a Latin noun is born, it's born into a family and it will remain in that family forever. In Latin, there are 5 noun families total, and so far, we know about 2 of them. We know our first declension, and we know our second declension. For some quick review, let's list our declension endings below, the ones that we know. Okay, our first declension, I'm going to do those in red, are our noun chants. Okay, so we've got A, E, E A M, A E A R U M, I S A S I S 2. Now the first declension's through. Okay, see how I said first declension? Okay, when I say declension, think family. Okay? It's like a noun family. All right, so so fill in your first declension. Then I'm going to write some examples of first declension nouns below. Okay? An example of a first declension noun, and I'll just abbreviate here. Actually, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so a first declension noun might be like femina, feminae. Okay, for woman. You don't have to write this, by the way. This is just for you to look at. Okay, another example of a first declension noun would be silwa, silwai. Okay, and that means forest. Okay, or another example might be aqua, aquae. All right, and that means water. All right, and I'll do one more example here. Names can be first declension as well. Kaikilia, Kaikilii, okay, and Celia. Okay, so those are first declension nouns. Now I'd like to draw your attention real quick to the fact that they all have an A-E ending. Okay, you see how they have those in common? All right, that's first declension. Now, let's talk about, and before we do that, let's get rid of these. Whoopsie daisy. Delete. Okay. Now let's do our second declension masculine nouns in blue. Okay. U-S-I-O-U-M, O-I-O-R-U-M, I-S-O-S, and I-S-2. Okay, and let me draw your attention to this. These are masculine, okay? So most of the second, so in second declension, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so those are our endings. Now I'm going to write some second declension masculine examples right down here. I'm going to abbreviate. And again, you do not need to write these down. Okay, these are just so you can see what we're talking about. One example of a second declension masculine noun is lupus lupi. Okay, and that means wolf. Another example of a second declension noun is, a second declension masculine noun, rather, is servus, servi. Okay, and that's a male slave, which you might remember. Another example of a second declension masculine noun would be dominus, domini. Okay, that's master. All right, and another example of a second declension noun would be, oh, Magistra's getting old. She's having a brain fart right now. Just give me a moment. Silly me. Ludus. Ludus ludi, meaning school game or play. Okay, now let me draw your attention to this. Okay, we know that these are second declension masculine because it's got the US and the I in it. Okay? All right, so those are just some examples of second declension masculine. Now let's get rid of these. Whoopsie daisy. That's not what we wanted. Let's delete. Delete, delete. And let's fill in our second declension neuter chart. All right, that's the Rudolph one. U-M-I-O-U-M O-A-O-R-U-M I-S-A-I-S. That's the neuter second declension. Wah, wah. Okay, so those are our endings for second declension neuter. Now let me do some examples of second declension neuter nouns. Okay, one example is kailum, kaili, meaning sky. Another example is proelium, proelii, meaning, whoops, that's neuter, which is a battle. Okay, another example of a second declension neuter noun is bellum, belli, it's neuter, and it means war. All right, and finally, another example of a second declension neuter noun is periculum, periculi, meaning danger. Okay, now I would like to draw your attention again. We know that these are second declension neuter nouns because of the and the e. Okay, the um and the I. All right, and that's how you can tell the difference. Okay, so again, you've got first declension, which is A-A-E, and usually first declension is feminine. All right, our second declension masculine is us, and I, and our second declension neuter is and I. Okay, so that's how you can tell the difference between the different types of nouns that there are. All right, but let's continue on. In Latin, there are a lot of rules. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry to say that in Latin, there are also exceptions to these rules. Exceptions meaning, things that don't really apply to the rules. So like they're outside of the rules. Okay. We have learned before that first declension nouns are nearly always feminine. Okay, and from the examples before, all right, all the words that we saw for first declension were feminine in gender. The first declension nouns in this week's vocabulary list, however, are exceptions. In Latin, these words, unless they're being used to describe someone we already know as female, are almost always masculine, even though they have first declension endings, and we call them our pain nouns. Okay, and we're going to write them down right now. Okay, so please write along with me. Poeta, whoops, masculine. Agricola, agricolae, masculine. Incola, incolae, masculine. And nauta, nautai, masculine. Okay, if you need more time on that, you can always pause the video, but I'm going to move on and show you some stuff. I'm going to point out some things here. Okay, now if you notice, okay, poeta, agricola, incola, nauta, they end in an A here, just like our first declension nouns do. Okay, and I'm going to say that also the second word for each, poetai, agricolae, incolae, nautai, okay, they're the same ending as our first declension genitive singulars, okay? So all of these are pain nouns The trick is that they look feminine in gender, but in fact, they are masculine. Okay, now I would, if you would please be so kind, my little chickadees, if you can write this, okay, that pain nouns look feminine in gender, but are masculine. All right, so please include that in your notes. All right, so that's just to show you that there are an exception. There are exceptions. So most first declension nouns are feminine, okay, but there are 4 that are masculine, are pain nouns. All right, and we'll call them our pain nouns. Okay, so that was our grammar lesson. What I would like for you to do, okay, instead of, filling in blanks, you are going to take the Chapter 14 grammar quiz, okay, and it's included in your week packet. So for part A, all right, you're just going to do what you normally do, vocabulary matching, okay, and please write in all capital letters and make sure it's legible. I need to be able to read it, please. All right, and finally, the next part of the quiz, you're going to answer the grammar questions based on the lesson from this week, okay? And I did give you a word box. All right, so just fill in the blanks here, okay? So go through that, take the quiz. You can look at your notes to help guide you. And in fact, I would hope you'd look at your notes. All right, and that's pretty much it for this week. Okay, so make sure you take your grammar quiz, which is here. It's not, I'm going to write that. It is not online this week. It is in the packet. All right, it's already there for you. Okay, so just as a reminder, make sure that you're submitting your Week 8 work packet. Make sure that you write out your Week 8 quiz. Okay, and as a reminder, please continue to log your vocabulary in your May flashcard calendar. You need 100 minutes minimum by the end of this month. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your families are doing well. I hope you guys get some fresh air and are enjoying the nice spring weather. I miss you very much, and I hope to see you sometime. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always email me, sslade@gcali.com. Okay? Any questions, comments, concerns, or utter confusion, just send me an email, or have your parents send me an email. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Walete de Skipoli.